event. Tail to Tape is brought to you by VeChain, the official blockchain of UFC. The last style bender, Israel Adesanya, 34. Sean Strickland, his American counterpart, 32. Is he taller by 3 inches? He will try to maximize a 4-inch advantage in reach. All right, now for your main event introductions. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the Combat Sports Authority of New South Wales. Our 3 judges scoring this contest at Octagon side are Eric Cohen, David Letherby, and Clemens Werner. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Mark Goddard. This championship bout is brought to you by the Continental from the world of John Wick, a 3-part event coming soon to Peacock. Those in attendance and UFC fans watching around the world, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Kudos Bank Arena in Sydney, Australia. For the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record, 27 wins, 5 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 185 pounds, fighting out of Corona, California, USA, presenting the number 5 ranked UFC middleweight contender in the world, the challenger, Sean Tarzan Strickland. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter holding a professional record, 24 wins, 2 losses. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds, fighting out of Auckland, New Zealand, by way of Lagos, Nigeria, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya! Let's get easy!
Understand the rules you find there. Listen to me, keep yourself protected. When I tell you to stop, you stop. If you want to touch, do it now. God bless.
Adesanya couldn't back away fast enough. No glove touch between these 2 middleweight contemporaries. Israel Adesanya, the minus 675 betting favorite at close. Jeez. As you see, one rather large wager highlighted there on DraftKings Sportsbook. He's got that DC bankroll or something, I don't know.
Adesanya barking at him.
All right, here we go with our middleweight championship fight. Strickland is in the white. Israel Adesanya wearing the red for the first time in his UFC career.
Is he changing it up? Red shorts. We saw him in the blue last time, I believe.
Yep. Strickland repeatedly acknowledged to us how difficult he thought the first 10 minutes of this fight could be.
And this is where Sean's going to try to be all fight, all night long. Try to be right in the grill of Adesanya. He does reach with his hands to try to find his distance. And then he tries to go. The one thing Strickland will not do is tire. But Adesanya will constantly give him this. Feints and fakes to try to back him up.
Inside leg kick for Strickland, not much on it.
Sometimes the heavy feint game of Izzy isn't always entirely appreciated when he does it for long stanzas, but facing a guy like that can be exhausting because you're just constantly reacting.
Yeah,
you're so on edge. Exactly. And you can see Sean already. I mean, his defensive structures are so unique to the way that he fights. We saw him struggle with reacting to the feints in the Pereira fight, but I feel like he's learned a lot from that and is probably a better fighter coming into this fight because of it.
Just like with everything else in his life, the downs have allowed for him to rebuild and be better for it. And he's going to try to use what happened against Pereira to benefit him in his fight with Adesanya. One thing he cannot do is he cannot reach for the punches of Izzy. That is what ultimately got him caught by Alex Pereira.
Strickland just out of range with that right hand. 2 minutes gone by round 1.
One of the things that Izzy does so well right here, the way that he physically controls the air between he and his opponent. Whoever is hand fighting and has the high hand is winning in that moment, and he's preventing Sean from being able to use the jab, which is one of his best weapons.
Eric Nixick, Danny Davis chiefing the corner of Sean Strickland.
Izzy's just constantly making reads. You wonder if Izzy is going to start popping that jab to the body, trying to bring the hands of Strickland down a little bit. Right now, Strickland's being very disciplined with his hands, trying to keep him up to make sure that he's not taking much damaging shots. Like right there, he blocked that one.
Disrupt that rhythm off that side.
He has such a unique way. His guard is unique. Do you see the way that he has sort of like this modified shoulder roll Philly shell? But when you fight in a Philly shell, normally you're very, very bladed, whereas Sean is extremely square, and it does at times present the opposite side of his face to where he's parrying.
And the kicks.
Yeah.
The kicks also. That's usually how you could take advantage of Strickland. Because he's fighting in that position, or a Philly shell type of fighter, the kicks are what normally will land for you.
Just like Cannonier.
Yes.
Very much took advantage of that.
There you go.
The champion measured early on. Right hand connection for Strickland. Adesanya counters with a jab.
You got to be careful when Izzy starts playing possum, though. That's exactly what he did against Pereira. He just shelled up.
Yeah, but not much has happened, right? So when Izzy starts to play possum, if Strickland can just get active, you might win the round.
Relax, pull counters.
Adesanya attacks that lead leg. Strickland appeared to raise it to check under a minute to go in the round. To the challenger.
Knockdown from Sean Strickland. It's the 1-2, and it's the way that he throws it. He doesn't recoil. It's just ba-ba. The rhythm of Sean Strickland right in his face, and then the ground. I mean, I don't know how many shots he got off here, but this right hand right down the middle as Izzy was trying to hook around.
Hats off to the official for not getting nervous.
Yeah.
Because Sean threw a lot of shots, and the official didn't even move towards him. He did not even move towards stopping this fight. Mark Goddard. And Izzy ultimately got up and was recovered. So good on Mark Goddard for not panicking and stopping this fight.
Good point, good point. And hopefully Sean Strickland didn't blow too much in that exchange.
He will not get tired. I heard stories that Strickland is sparring 15, 20 rounds in preparation for this. But he's got to stay patient. He's got to stay to the game plan because Adesanya will now be a little bit more aggressive in his approach.
So a wild end to round one has changed the complexion of this middleweight championship main event. We'll see the extent to which Adesanya has recovered. Well, some observers may not have liked the body language from Sean Strickland walking out, perhaps looking a little bit nervous, but he has been focused from moment one of this championship fight.
Yeah, I was one of them. I thought he looked a little tense on the wall.
Sean Strickland's a man on a mission is what that was. One of the things that standing so upright like Sean Strickland allows him to do is check those leg kicks pretty effectively.
He has done a good job of checking kicks.
Either checking or just not being there, which is even better.
I mean, he's just constantly on the pressure. He's on the pressure, but he's being very measured in the way that he's attacking Adesanya. It's when you get desperate and start throwing too much is when Izzy finds his shots.
Yeah, but Sean never fights like that. He will, even when he sees the finish coming, he's very measured in the way that he follows it. The Abu Magomedov fight, he didn't rush that whatsoever. He just allowed the finish to come to him.
And watching Adesanya, he gets right back to fighting in the way that you expect him to, right? Back on the feints, back on the popping and moving. You just imagine or wonder how much did getting knocked down affect him, because I can't imagine he expected Strickland to get anything off on him in that way.
Oh, that's as clean a right hand as we've seen Adesanya absorb.
For sure.
Well, the story on Sean Strickland is that he doesn't have the most powerful hands either. So you come into a fight not necessarily expecting to meet that level of power.
Dude, I watch this sport and I'm always like,
so
how
crazy.
much I love it.
So crazy.
I just love MMA, man. It is the best.
Eric Nixick looking for Strickland to use some feints to get his way inside. Big right hand over the top now for the champ.
Is he still in this sort of figuring out process as well? He's making reads, but he's having to deal with a lot of offense as he's making them.
I just actually saw him make a smirk at Sean Strickland after he landed the right hand. It feels like he's starting to kind of find Strickland now. Like he's settling into the fight a little bit. Strickland has to find a way to interrupt that before Adesanya starts to flow too much.
Adesanya working off that jab effectively here midway through round two. Now the low leg kick.
90 seconds. Comes underneath us right now. Pick out. Rhythm. There you go. Rhythm. Nice shot with the right hand.
Good shot to the body by Adesanya. And now a low leg kick is there as well.
There you go.
That was a beautiful jab there by Strickland. That's one of his best shots, Laura. That straight jab, it's fast and it's very powerful.
Yeah, he lives and breathes by that jab, and that allows him to operate in this really, what is it, a close distance, especially. Oh, big shot from Adesanya.
Yeah, Adesanya's starting to get reads on him. Strickland's got to do something to try to change this.
Good response thus far in this round by the champ. Under a minute now to go.
And that's exactly what you expect from Israel. We talked about how he's lived in these moments, and all these moments have not been great or easy for him. He's had to deal with adversity, and once again he's showing how he sits on that stool, takes a minute and resets. And now he's winning this round.
Nice job defensively there by the champ as well, Laura.
I was just going to say, I love how Izzy switches stances as he retreats. A lot of times that opens up the body kick or the head kick for him as he floats back into southpaw. Looking to fake a spin.
Good jab and a right hand by Strickland late in the round. 10 minutes in the can, potentially 15 to go.
right, so listen, he's perfectly fine with the round like that, okay? We got to do some things to steal or seal these rounds. And then when I get about 90 seconds, I'm going to give you a call. We got to get a little grappling exchanges in and make them at least think about it. When you're throwing your jab, it's fucking landing. But you're getting snake charmed by this guy. You're watching him. You're watching him. Don't let him fucking watch. Let's go. That's how you knock this fucking dude out. Okay.
When you give respect for that right hand, you can mix it up with the low kick off it. Don't just fall in love with the low kick on its own, okay? Mix it up.
Show the right hand. Show the right hand that goes the low kick.
Okay.
You've got to throw nice and long. But don't fall over yourself. Boom, boom.
Sharp, sharp, 30 minutes.
Neither fighter taken to the stool after that round. Some good advice being imparted by Eric Nixick there, Laura.
Yeah, I thought the term snake charmed was so eloquently put, because it's exactly what Israel Adesanya will do. He's just sort of mesmerizing the way that he moves, and you know that he's calculating some sort of setup, some sort of trap for you.
And you're just behind. A lot of times I call it taking pictures, right? You're watching, you're in awe of Israel Adesanya, and then you can't go. I'd like to get the numbers in that round, because how much did Sean Strickland actually throw after winning round 1 against the champion?
Eric Nixick also calling to get a little bit of grappling going, at least show the grappling. Again, thinking about something else other than this beautiful jab.
Well,
yeah, late round grappling, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Johnny said that when he throws the jab, it lands. He's just not throwing enough. He threw 31 in round 2. It's going to take a little more than that to take the belt off Adesanya. Strickland does a really good job of seeing the kicks and just kind of stepping back half an inch, making Izzy miss.
He's so hard to hit clean. I mean, that's what Sean does so well, is you can touch him, but you're not touching him with much, because he's deflecting everything with his hands and with his shoulders and with his posture.
There are the numbers. You see the efficiency from Sean Strickland, but not much in terms of output in round 2.
Well, and Adesanya's accuracy, I mean, way down from what we've seen him again. I mean, Sean's just so good at defensively forcing his opponents to, miss.
Well, just being on your heels the entire time is not fun.
No.
Never getting an
too.
opportunity to control the engagement.
Strickland seeing things pretty well defensively, but Adesanya mixing up his targets here, round 2. 3, excuse me.
Not onto that, Sean. Hit him on the turn. Turn him like that.
Not really much in sequence nor combination for Strickland. Trying to create an angle here.
Strickland's defenses are on point right now, but it's got to be more offensive. Adesanya will win on activity if Strickland continues to just follow him without putting much activity out.
Right hand landed for Izzy, and then a counter right partially for Strickland.
That lead leg question mark of Israel Adesanya is tremendous. Super tricky the way that he throws it.
Well, right after this main event, don't miss a recap of all the action on the UFC 293 post-show on E+. Rashad Evans and Dean Thomas hanging out with Phil Murphy. Megan's here to interview all the big winners. It is only yours on E+. Strickland just out of range with that right hand, sort of a pedestrian round through 3 minutes.
And it's a round that each of them can win. It's 4-16 for Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland is doing.
Left hand down home for Strickland.
I think I saw Izzy made a little bit of a face at the end of that one. I think that one got through a bit.
All right, so here's that 90-second mark. We'll see if Strickland, and you just heard the imperative from Eric Nixick. We'll see if we see some grappling out of Strickland late in the round. Strong jab there from Strickland. on the left hook. Strickland taking advantage of some moments late in the round.
Landed a good left hook there.
Optics here, last minute. Went high or low. He's trying to come around.
And you may have caught Eric Nixick dropping that all-important word, optics, in a close round.
Optics here, Sean.
Yep, he's on that word, right? In a very close round. That, like stuff like that jab, and that was a good jab.
He said that's why he felt like he lost the Jared Cannonier fight. He outstruck Jared on the numbers, but he felt it was the optics. And the fact is that the scoring criteria does, to some extent, favor a power puncher. It's the big shots that are going to get you the most points.
But you can certainly argue the bigger shots in this third round were landed by the challenger.
Absolutely. This one is getting very tight.
Hey, listen up. Okay. All right, let's go. We got 2 rounds of this. I don't want to lose some fucking boring-ass decision here. Hey, we didn't come all this way to lose a fucking point fest. Get on this motherfucker and let's go. Hey, let's fucking go. Hey, listen to me. When he drops back or gets lateral on the cage, hit him to the chest first. Hit him to the chest first and then reload that motherfucker. Hey, we can beat this cocksucker. You gotta go, motherfucker.
Can I do mid-range or no?
Block the right hand. This is mid-range.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Get inside the right.
Round 4 is brought to you by Manscaped's Lawnmower 4.0, the official electric trimmer of UFC. Visit manscaped.com now. All right, championship rounds. Israel Adesanya, Sean Strickland. Scorecards could very well be all over the place, at least in that third round. 10 minutes to decide it.
Let's throw up some of those scorecards from the internet like we usually do so we can get an idea of what's going on because, man, it's a close fight. And if you think it's 2-1 Sean Strickland, that is not a bad read.
No.
Because he landed some good shots in the second round. But you heard Eric Nixick. I'm so nervous, man. Eric Nixick was saying we didn't come here to lose a boring decision. Get after him. It's like I'm in there fighting again.
Seems like a lot of the scores out there are 2-1 Strickland. We'll populate some of those for you now. Adesanya goes high, partially blocked by Strickland.
Wow.
You gotta counter that on. You gotta move. Yep,
I didn't expect the majority of them. You know, usually it's kind of everywhere. But if Strickland won that third round, he cannot have another round like round 2 where he just didn't do much.
He needs to start countering immediately off the kicks of Adesanya because there are moments where Israel's open as he's finishing the kick process.
I think Izzy needs to kind of set on something a little bit. He's moving a lot right now. I think Adesanya needs to put something on Strickland to try to back Strickland off of him.
Well, and he's so good when he operates in the pocket like he did against Robert Whittaker. Israel Adesanya can land power from strange angles when his body, right here, exactly like that.
And a big left hand counter from Strickland.
Sean Strickland.
My goodness, Sean Strickland landed a big left hook there.
And now a right hand partially gets through. Adesanya's body language not great as he presses forward and lands a right hand. Good body kick by the champ. But I think we're all feeling the tension of this title fight here. 3 minutes to go, round 4.
And like you said, Izzy was a -600 favorite.
Gosh.
Massive number. That jab of Strickland, it must be very long because it gets to Adesanya even when Adesanya is leaning back. And that's a position that Izzy does and not many can really pull off.
And look at those numbers in terms of the misses forced upstairs by Sean Strickland. Adesanya's missed over 100 attempts to the head.
Man.
That was wild. I don't think, off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody else who has made him miss this much.
Oh, combination from Strickland. Didn't look like possum playing there.
It just seems like when Sean lands, there's more to it than when Adesanya lands.
Sean would be smart to mix it up, maybe go to the body once Izzy starts guarding up like that, shelling up.
Oh, nice switch to right hand there by the champ.
That was beautiful.
Strickland stalks and lands a jab. Good body kick from Adesanya. But the champ just hasn't consistently found that flow state, and Strickland deserves credit.
That's what he does. He just makes guys uncomfortable, and he forces them to operate in a way that's outside of their natural style. He does it to almost everybody.
You don't want to fight like this. I don't care how good a counter striker you are.
Right.
You don't want to be on your heels the entire time. Nope. Especially with a guy in front of you that's in a bit of a Philly shell.
It's tiring to fight off the back foot as well, especially, I mean, when you think about the hours of training for Israel Adesanya, how many hours do you think he spent going backwards consistently for 4 rounds?
All right, it's been 4 rounds of this fight for sure. Izzy has not been able to dictate to Sean Strickland. And that has allowed Sean Strickland to not only be in this fight, but possibly winning this fight.
Yeah. And I know some fans have wondered aloud if eventually, as both guys land there, the breakneck schedule of Adesanya would one time catch up with him.
You said he was a minus 600 favorite, John?
Yeah, well,
minus 675 at close.
Those live numbers don't look like that anymore. I'll tell you that much.
This is a sport that will make fools of anyone.
Yep. You can never think you know.
Waning seconds of round 4. Strickland lands a jab. Now kicks the body. To the final round we go.
I mean, right here you see Strickland land a little jab, little left hook that followed it. Adesanya's nose is bleeding.
I can't find my jab, but also he's just leaning out the way.
Yeah, so then you're gonna have to take a little bit of risk.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
But there's no risk if you go right hand here, right hand, and then you throw on here.
Okay. On his left side.
Let's go.
Fifth and final round to decide the undisputed UFC middleweight championship. And if you would have told Sean Strickland he wouldn't have a scratch on him at the beginning of this 5th round, he would take that every day of the week.
And I'm thinking about the fight, and it could be 2-2, it could be 1-3, it could be 3-1 Strickland.
No idea.
And if it's 3-1 Sean Strickland and he's winning 3 rounds against Israel Adesanya, nobody would ever expected that. Dude, there was some frustration and worry in the corner of Israel Adesanya. He said he can't find his jab. Eugene Behrman told him he's gonna have to take some risk, but there is no risk in him throwing the right hand.
Champ, I find it hard to believe Adesanya could be leading 3-1 on any cards. You never know.
You just never know, but I'm just saying. I'm just throwing all options out there.
Fair.
But I can't imagine it's 3-1 Adesanya. Honestly, I think it's 3-1 Strickland.
Yeah. Looked like Adesanya was loading up and partially caught Strickland's arm.
I mean, Sean Strickland's defense, when he reaches with his arms, it makes Izzy, his right hand, miss because he hits him on the arm and the shoulders.
The way that he hides behind his shoulder, I mean, no one does it the way that Sean Strickland does it in MMA. It's a boxing thing, but you just don't see it that often in the sport that someone does it so effectively. And what I love is Sean is still pressuring. I mean, he may believe he's up on the scorecards, but he's not going to fight any different.
Well,
he's not going to play it safe and start skating around.
He can't, Laura. If he allows Izzy to start dictating to him, he's going to get in trouble. He's got to continue to do what's allowed for him to get ahead in this fight.
Well, 100 pay-per-views ago in Melbourne, Australia, Holly Holm turned in the biggest upset in UFC Women's Championship history. Might we be in store for more history, 100 pay-per-views later tonight?
Man. I guess I'm just amazed that Strickland has found a way to make Adesanya play the mouse the entire time.
He has.
He has never allowed for him to play the cat.
One of the things he's done really well is the way that he's hacky sacking against those calf kicks. That's been an issue for Sean in the past, and he's not allowing Izzy to have much success when he's attacking the calf.
You know, we talk about Sean Strickland and some of the things that he went through in his life, right? And how he said that it helped him to become the man that he is. He got knocked out by Alex Pereira. He went and trained with Alex Pereira. So this is a man that, for no matter what you feel about him, he is always trying to improve himself.
Yep.
And he will humble himself to do that.
Takes a big ego check to be able to go learn from the person who knocked you out.
And let us also acknowledge that he put his number 4 ranking on the line against an unranked Alex Pereira when no top 5 middleweight contender was willing to do that.
Izzy just landed a good right hand. And now Strickland landed a good jab there. Izzy's gonna have to let it get a little dirty now.
Yeah, seems like Izzy understands the urgency of the moment. Just over 2 minutes to go.
Izzy's gonna have to stand on a coin, man. He's gonna have to stop moving.
Oh, good jab from Adesanya.
High-low, Eric Miksic asking for Sean Strickland to vary his targets.
You know what's crazy is Sean Strickland, outside of those push kicks, hasn't thrown 1 kick.
Oh, I know.
He's boxing the entire time.
He has a jab and a 2, and he's winning a championship fight with it.
And there's that jab again, 90 seconds to go.
Against one of the greatest strikers you've ever seen inside the octagon.
And nary a takedown attempt from Sean Strickland, who lands another jab and partially connects with a right hand. That right hand got the champ's attention.
And it doesn't look like he's doing much, but look at how beat up Izzy is. Izzy's face is battered, man. And Strickland doesn't even look like he's breathing hard. Izzy's bloody and he's swollen. The champ is gonna have to sit and throw, man. He's gonna have to fire.
We've seen Izzy, sorry John, stepped right over that. I was gonna say we've seen Izzy in these tough spots before, though. The Calvin Gastelum fight brings back memories.
Oh, good connection by Strickland. And once again, Adesanya on the retreat. "30 seconds to go."
This is crazy. This was not how I expected this fight to play out. And now Strickland's talking to him. Holy cow.
Strickland flapping gums late. Final 10 seconds. Adesanya lands a kick to the body. Likelihood. Sean Strickland has produced one of the biggest upsets in UFC Championship history. We await the all-important scorecards, but Sean Strickland, in all likelihood, is heading back to the United States of America as the undisputed middleweight champion of the world.
Sean Strickland just came to Australia and won. I cannot believe it. He beat him bad.
My jaw is open right now. Sean Strickland is exactly who he said he was.
My goodness, Larasenko. I mean, I'm looking at, I'm literally like, seriously, I love to talk and I have no words because that was a fantastic performance. Wow.
Well, bet on mixed martial arts at your own peril. Perhaps one thesis statement.
Let's take a look at some of the work early on. I mean, that right hand from Sean Strickland knocks down Israel Adesanya. The follow-ups did a lot of damage, but it's the pattern, the 1-2, no recoil. Sean Strickland all over Israel Adesanya in this exchange. Izzy survived this, though, gives a thumbs up at one point to the referee, but later on in the fight, the jab of Sean Strickland. I mean, Israel Adesanya certainly had his moments, but he was forced on the back foot the entire fight, and it's very difficult to counter-strike or kick. And this right here, that is Sean Strickland in his element, loving life, fighting like a man. Oh my gosh.
It was a long time coming for Sean Strickland. He repeatedly stepped up for the company, got his title shot, made the most of it. Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 49-46 for the winner by unanimous decision, and new undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Sean Strickland!
Bullshit, so please, I would never put your family into this. Hold on. I never put your family into this. Don't put your family into this, please. Come on, let's go.
Legend, bro. Fucking legend. What the fuck is this? What is this? What is this?
Ladies and